What's good, everybody? Welcome back to more Twin Wrestle Pod. And today we are going to be doing a quick review of Wrestlemania 40. If you enjoyed the show, you enjoy our video, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe down below. I gotta wrap my Wrestlemania shirt, for this video. What you think about Wrestlemania 40?
I think it was all in all. I thought it was a great show, especially with my second watch of it. Uh, Coming across the first watch, it didn't really seem like the crowd was really into it a whole lot. It seemed like the matches was just there, but when I came back and rewatched at least the first night, the second time around, I felt like everything had a place. The crowd was mostly into the show, so it wasn't as bad as it was live. I feel like, as far as the crowd goes, I felt like it was a really good show. Um, I guess the official Triple H era has really begun with it being the first WrestleMania under his watch. So I thought it was pretty good, all in all.
Well, I enjoyed WrestleMania 40, but I think I enjoyed WrestleMania 39 a little more.
Hmm.
Just for little things. When it came to WrestleMania 40, I get they were in Philadelphia. The theme was green, but literally everybody there had green everything. Like literally, it was green everywhere, and I felt like the lighting played a huge part in me not liking the WrestleMania as much. Cause it was a lot of darkness in the area, and like the crowd wasn't lit up. I thought they could have used more lights to showcase the crowd. I think, and when I think of shows like this, even when it comes to the stadium show, I think like WrestleMania 29, it was lit up pretty well. You got WrestleMania 28, it was lit up pretty well. I just felt the lighting in this WrestleMania just wasn't up to par to where you can see like the whole scape of the fans, and that was like a little negative for me. But
What
minus that, the WrestleMania was good to me. Like even the matches, I know some people would probably say they was doing like most of the matches could have been like on SmackDown or Raw. I mean, yeah, but I felt like night one had some good matches, particularly that main event was great with Roman, Cody, and Seth. But you also had some bangers in there. Rhea and Becky had a good match. Rey Mysterio and Andrade had a good match against Santos and Dominic. Um, Gunther and Sami Zayn had a good match on night one. The 6 woman tag team match was good for what it was. It was just a showcase Jade, Naomi, and Bianca. Um, but yeah, this WrestleMania had a full range of good matches with good stories on them. So I enjoyed this WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So let's kick it off. You have something that you want to add?
Well, I mean, I was just gonna say like when you were talking about the lighting and whatever. I did go back and rewatch it um, on the TV downstairs. It didn't really. I mean, like, yeah, it was dark, right? Like when we were watching it, but when I went and rewatched it downstairs, I mean, it didn't really. You know what I mean? Like you could see make out most of the people in the background. You know what I'm saying? Um, Maybe it's I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's just the TV quality, but um, I it was dark, but I mean it looked pretty good to me. I mean, but I get what you're saying. Like the overall like lighting, like it should have been more brighter. I understand that. I get what you mean. Like for it to be, I mean, green was already dark, so I mean I get it. Maybe like a not like a bright white, but like a soft white light. You know, to light up the crowd in the background. I get
Yeah,
it.
they could have had more white, like way more white than what they had. And that stadium when the Eagles is playing is very lit up. I ain't expect it to be like the lights to be used as much as it is if the Eagles were playing, but I expected a little bit more white so you can get that the overall landscape of the fans and stuff like
Right.
that. And it wasn't so fucking dark and gloomy. But outside of that, WrestleMania was cool. So night one Saturday, I will say I think my predictions were on point. You know what I mean? I think I had the overall best record out of all of us.
Whatever. Everything was pretty much predictable. Just
That's not a bad thing. It's not a
no,
bad thing.
no, it's not. It's not. I'm just saying. Just for the sake of entertainment value of people who watching it. Yeah, you want to go off the grain a little bit. Picking the way I picked. Yeah, I didn't have the best stellar predictions, but you know, creatively, I thought it would have been a little bit better. But it's all good. You won. You got that one. You used to not winning, so go ahead and brag about it.
All I hear is excuses, but it is what it is. First matchup night one, we had Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch was brought out with like her book, like quotes from her book, and she had her entrance attire was like pretty much like the cover art of her book. She had a little bit of red, black, and white in there, which I thought was pretty cool. Rhea Ripley came out with the band who sings her theme. I think it's called Motionless, right? I think that's the band's name.
Yeah.
Very WrestleMania-esque, WrestleMania's gonna bring out those type of entrances where you get the people singing their entrances, you get classical music playing or whatever, like over the top entrances and stuff like that. That's what WrestleMania is for. And this was the first part of it. The matchup between Rhea and Becky was a good match. It wasn't as good as Rhea's match with Charlotte, but I think Becky came in there with a strip throat and a 100-degree fever. Not saying that hampered the match whatsoever, but yeah, man, I feel like it was a good match. It wasn't as good as Charlotte and Rhea, but that was second to last year on night one.
Yeah.
So in this opening show,
I think it was geared towards that though. Like after rewatching it my second time, I paid a little bit more attention to it. Yeah, yeah, it wasn't like as great as that match was with Charlotte last year, but I think if they would have had like 10 more minutes, yeah, probably. Um, I think that's the main reason why the Charlotte match was probably better because they had more time.
yeah, I agree. I agree.
But rewatching it, they were doing pretty good. Couple of different false finishes with the Riptide. What was that? Becky had a couple of disarmor attempts, and they were pretty nice. Obviously the finish with the Riptide into the turnbuckle, and then the rebound into another Riptide onto the canvas for the win. That was pretty stellar. Everybody gonna talk about the electric chair spot. That was pretty nice too. Um, all in all, I think it was a pretty good match. Even with Becky she wasn't feeling too good. She still, when they said went out there and put on a good performance, I'd say told a decent story. But Becky fighting from behind. Started out Rhea Ripley got the upper hand, and then Becky turned it around with the leg drops off the top rope and stuff like that. So it started out pretty good. Maybe 10 more minutes. That she probably would have been on that spectrum of the match from last year. So it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I agree. I think they would have benefited more from at least 5 to 10 more minutes. And the big thing with this WrestleMania was, especially on night one, I guess, was the weather, because they kept going throughout the night with the weather. And the fans weren't up as much, but I guess the weather played a part in that because a lot of people were fucking cold. We heard that a lot throughout the show and on social media about it being cold. So I think that played a factor into most of the reactions or non-reactions that you got that people didn't get during the show. But like I said, this match should have got a couple more minutes and it would have been on the same par as Becky and Charlotte and Rhea. But this wasn't a good match. This wasn't a bad match at all, though.
The one thing I do want to add, like I was saying, the second time I watched it around, like you saying, the fans weren't. I think the fans were in it. It just it may have sounded faint, but like when I did watch it, my second time around, the fans were into this match. The only match on the first night I would say that they probably weren't into as much. Maybe the 6-woman tag match, and the starting parts of the Jimmy Uso match, just because it was slow. But other than that, I think the fans were there. As I'm rewatching it, like I say, like I feel like everything was a little bit more clear. Yeah, like I think the fans were in it. Yeah, probably it was cold, but from what I'm seeing, the second time around, I think the fans were in it because there's conflicting people who were there saying the show was bad, but some people who were there live were like, oh no, this is like one of the loudest crowds. So maybe it was just the acoustics from the stadium. You know what I mean? And the way the set was displayed. I mean, we don't know. And it probably just came across on TV like they wasn't loud enough. But my second time around, it seemed like they were into it to me. So
Yeah, I mean, you get that with every show. It's people don't say good or bad things about it, so that's subjective. Next matchup, man, we got to talk about the six pack tag team ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. Judgment Day defending their championship against the New Catch Republic. Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, New Day, Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, DIY, Jordan Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, A-Town down, but Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. And am I missing the team? Awesome Truth, Miz and R-Truth. And WWE went the route of splitting the tag team championship, like you said. I didn't go for that because I felt like they don't have enough tag teams on both shows to have separate championships. I always love the idea of the undisputed championship just because that gives the champions, the current champions, whoever they may be, the ability to float from both Raw and SmackDown, and both of those tag teams from both of those brands can be built up and they can have a number one contenders match for those championships, as opposed to having a championship on SmackDown, championship on Raw. I thought the undisputed aspect gave those championships a little more credibility as undisputed as in terms of just separate, just breaking them up just to have them on separate shows. But they went that route, and the first team to go up the ladder and grab the championships were Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, who captured the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Uh, it's a good move. I'm interested to see where it goes. We know Triple H. Them the whole thing was a new era. This was the whole thing of the weekend. So them two getting the championships ushers in a new era. They're younger. We want to see what they can do with these championships on SmackDown. And on the Raw side, we all knew who was going to win the Raw championships, which was the Awesome Truth. Our Truth went up there, climbed the ladder, got the championships, got his WrestleMania moment. And yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with R Truth and him getting the championships because who don't love R Truth, man? He's great in every segment he in, and they're not gonna hold the championships that long. They're just there just to give R Truth that moment at Mania, which they did, which is a good thing. But I thought they was going to go the route of at least if they're going to do Awesome Truth winning the championships on Raw and splitting up the championships, I would have thought DIY would have been suitable guys to get the other set of championships because those are Triple H guys. John Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa are Triple H guys. But they didn't. So they went with Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, and the Awesome Truth to carry both championships and separate them and go on different brands. So we see the direction they're going to go. The draft is coming up, so we'll see. You got something you want to add?
this match was I thought it was pretty. I thought it was stellar. A couple of great spots. I'd say the New Catch Republic were probably the MVPs of the match. Um, they after Grayson Waller pulled down the SmackDown tag titles, they power bombed him over the top onto a ladder bridge outside the ring that completely took him out of the rest of the match. Then after that, we got the dual moonsaults on each member of each team from the New Catch Republic. They get in the ring. Then we get the Judgment Day clearinghouse. No, we get the Tyler Bate airplane spin spot with a ladder, um, and then he throws Finn Balor onto the ladder and put in the corner. We got the R Truth with the John Cena comeback spot onto the Judgment Day, and then we got the DX Sweet Chin Music pedigree. I don't know if a lot of people didn't catch on to that, but Truth
I
did
mean,
deliver an AA to Finn Balor onto I think onto the ladder inside the ring too. Um, pretty good match. Spot fest. You gotta have this. You gotta have this match at WrestleMania. So as far as the outcomes, I'm not a big fan of the Austin Theory and Grayson Waller as the SmackDown Tag Champs. It kind of If anybody, probably Newcastle Republic, but I do think the Newcastle Republic are getting the titles at some point. Don't know when. But you want to get a heel and a baby face, which is what we did. Everybody I think knew that R-Truth was winning at least one set of these tag titles because the main story going in was him winning. So um, I agree with the Awesome Truth winning. But other than that, let's see where it goes. I'm a proponent of splitting up the titles. I think they got more tag teams now, and I think the tag team division is just going to grow. Probably we get a couple teams from NXT. Let's see what happens.
I mean, they may have more tag teams, but how many of those tag teams are over? That's just my thing. But okay, Rey Mysterio, what we thought was gonna be Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee, turned out to be Rey Mysterio and Andrade as a Friday Night SmackDown because Dragon Lee got attacked, presumably by Carlito. We'll probably get that explained sometime this Friday coming up. So Andrade and Rey Mysterio taking on the team of Dominic Mysterio and Santos Escobar. And this was another match I thought that was great for night one. Very underrated. Not enough people talked about it. But it was good to see Andrade at WrestleMania with Rey Mysterio. Santos getting his moment at WrestleMania. And Dominic, you got the feud from last year with Dominic and Rey Mysterio coming back. So I thought this match was good. It was good up until the damn ending. I get why the ending was the way it was, but it was just like I was just like, what the hell? Who the fuck are these dudes in this lucha and these Rey Mysterio masks? Come out of the crowd and they attacking Dom.
I thought that was unneeded, but whatever.
Yeah.
I swear I thought it was some old motherfuckers. I ain't even gonna hold it like they're like some old luchadors or something. But I was like, they big as fuck. Like to be some, you know what I mean? Like Rey Mysterio, man. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna let you finish, but it was an okay match.
No, it was a good match.
Good moment.
It was a good
Yeah.
match.
I mean, good moment for Escobar, Andrade, Ray, and Dominic. Representation. That was a big theme of the night. So for them, fantastic. Do I think this is the last match? Probably not. I do think we get the Ray Escobar one-on-one match eventually. Maybe the next month. I don't know. We'll see though.
I mean, it was a ton of great spots in there. The spot when Rey Mysterio and Andrade did when Rey Mysterio was on Andrade's shoulders and they both did a crossbody on both Santos and Dominic from the top rope to the outside of the ring. The spot from NXT with Joaquin Wild and Carlito, they springboarded him and then he jumped on the rest of the Legado del Fantasma outside on the ramp. That was a great spot. It was just like the ending just was like weird. I didn't see what warranted Jason Kelsey and Lane Johnson from the Philadelphia Eagles to come out there. I would have understood if Dominic and them, like the Judgment Day or something, came out there and try to come into the match and help out or something. Then I would have understood Lane Johnson and Jason Kelsey coming out there. But with them like not warranting Dominic, didn't do anything warranting for them to come out. I just thought it wasn't needed. But we knew why it was there because they was in Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Eagles, Jason Kelsey. They had to get as many people on the show as possible.
I mean, I see why I was warranted. They was in Philly. They wanted to do something for the fans of Philly. So I mean, if any match, this was probably gonna be the match. So, but all in all, good match, like you said.
Yeah. All right, next match we had brother versus brother, Uso versus Uso. Jimmy Uso taking on Jay Uso. I predicted this match right. I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff online where people thought Jimmy should have won. Just like you thought Jimmy should have had won. But going into this match, I was just like, they just didn't build Jimmy up to be like no credible threat really. Like when they broke them up originally, I thought Jimmy was gonna go his way and do his thing. Jay gonna do his thing, which Jay ended up doing his thing. But Jimmy was just back to his original role, which was the comedic relief. And not taking that so seriously. So I think their best like face off they had was at the Rumble earlier this year. This match at WrestleMania was slow. It was just a ton of super kits. I feel like they could have told a better story and they could have had similar stuff to where like Jeff and Matt had at WrestleMania 25. Like they had a couple spots, where Jeff Hardy jumped like off a ladder or some, little stuff like that. Like give these two spots that we know they're capable of doing, like some hot spot stuff, instead of just super kitsch, slow drawn out stuff and taunting the crowd. It was pretty much a paint by numbers matchup, and that's why I thought coming in like Jay gonna win is he's the bigger star. Obviously, he's who they pushing. He's top like at least top three, top four in merch sales. And I'm like, out of the two, who you think right now has the ability to be single star and Jay Uso? So it was a no brainer to me. If Jimmy was treated a little bit more, not equal, but a little more seriously, then we would have a conversation of Jimmy could possibly win this matchup. But I see no other outcome than what happened.
Um, I mean, I agree with you, but I do think Jimmy was kind of developed a little bit though. Like it wasn't like to the aspect of what Jay was. I mean, Jay was in main event matches, competing for different titles to that degree. So I mean, I think that's what got him over more, and he was endorsed more by Cody Rhodes, and I mean, Drew McIntyre even not endorsed him, but like help build him up too by not welcoming him to Raw, Seth Rollins welcoming him to Raw, and all that stuff. So yeah, of course Jay was built better, but I mean Jimmy, I mean he was with Roman Reigns, so I mean he wasn't really being was able to be built around. He wasn't really an important part of the bloodline. You know what I mean? It was just about Roman. So um, I just thought Jimmy needed a win. I mean, we all everybody 90% of the country could have predicted Jay Uso was going to win, but I think Jimmy should have won just to get that one win and then come back again for another match at some point down the line. Maybe they draft him to the same show, and then you do the match again. But Jay won. If it wasn't the wrong pick, I just felt like Jimmy needed something, so I would have had him win this match.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely can get it. I feel like somebody else needed something, but we'll get into that when we get to it. So next matchup we had the 6-woman tag team match, a team of Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill taking on Damage Control. This was another predictable matchup, and like I say, the theme is predictable. It's never bad. So you knew what was going to happen the moment this match was booked. Way it was booked, and the build up to it, you knew that it was going to end up with the baby faces winning this matchup. And this served just that. I mean, Damage Control, yeah, a little bit of offense in here and there, but this match wasn't really like no standout type of 10-15 minute classic, nor did it need to be. It needed to be what it was, and it got the job done by getting Jade Cargill over. You said you rewatched it and the fans didn't really react to it, but probably the weather it was a factor. So I'm not gonna really look too much into it, but they had extravagant entrances for Jade, Naomi, and Bianca, which is pretty cool. They lowered down
I
on the
will say
platform.
the Dakota Kai was looking real good.
Yeah,
Looking
the
real
all the
good,
Damage
real
Control
good.
was looking good though, no
I
doubt.
mean,
No
they was
doubt.
all looking good, but Dakota Kai came out with the, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
This match did what it did, man. Babyfaces won. Really put over Jade Cargill here. She got the final pin for her team. Jaded on I think Kyrie Sane and then Panther. But yeah.
I would like to add, I do think we can get another match. Maybe like not like an Extreme Rules match, but like a street fight or something. Get them more time. I just think they need a little bit more time too. I mean, they call themselves a big three for a reason. They're not going you know what I mean, not just have a one off here. I think we'll get maybe two more matches. I think I can see Damage Control picking up the win, possibly in beating Naomi at some point, pinning Naomi, and then them getting a street fight at some PLE. That's what I would do, but we'll see.
We'll
Just
see, but
to keep
Damage
Damage.
Control's record,
They are
man.
yeah,
They're,
they are the
they're
tag champs too. So
yeah. I mean, what we seen from them, we know what we get from them. Like their track record, they always lose big matches, which is fine, Like I said, previous videos before, they've been treated like goofs before, so it's nothing new, nothing different. If they do win, end up winning somewhere down on the line of a rematch, cool. But they won't win a war. But this would be cool. Your idea is cool for them to get, more action with the big three of Naomi, Bianca, and Jade.
Yeah,
So I wouldn't mind it.
yeah.
Next matchup we got is the Intercontinental Championship matchup with Gunther taking on Sami Zayn. We all
Fantastic.
predicted this wrong because I feel like the story with Chad Gable was that much more superior and better. But once
But
we
they,
got into the night of
yeah.
WrestleMania, what you was about to say?
No, no. I was about to agree with you. I just
Okay.
was about to say, like once like you saying, like once they got into the night, they aired the backstage segment. Even when we did, I don't know what was it, the prediction show we were talking about the Rocky like segment, whatever that was, whenever that was, video that was. Even still, like Chad Gable was there. It was like, okay, Chad Gable should get his moment. But Sami Zayn is the. As I was watching this back for my second watch, I was like, this is the dude is the biggest and the best underdog since probably Daniel Bryan. I say even better than Daniel Bryan in my opinion. Not as far as in ring work, but as far as an underdog, because like when he won the was it 6 pack challenge or whatever? I don't know what it was. I forget what kind of match it was.
Gauntlet match.
The gauntlet match. Initially, people were kind of sour on him winning, um, but in the build up to this, he got the people behind him, and even in the match, like you were saying that the fans weren't into the matches. They were into this match. I will say Sami Zayn got the crowd rocking. On my second watch through, I was like, okay, yeah, and it was just a great match. Stiff shots all around. Gunther was laying in chops, overhand chops, his regular chops, stiff clotheslines, stiff punches. Sami Zayn threw some stiff blows too after firing up. Power bombs. The power bombs looked rough. Sammy was taking. Uh, it was just a great match. I'll
That
say.
fucking brain buster on the turnbuckles, huh?
I
They,
mean,
they did they did Will
it was
Ospreay and Takeshita better than what Takeshita and
it
Will
was
Ospreay tried to do.
yeah. It was Sami Zayn and Walter. Two of the best. Nothing, no shitting on Will Ospreay and Takeshita, but we talking about Sami Zayn here. Sami Zayn's been doing it for so freaking long, at a high level for so long, and then you got Walter, who's just on another level, superior. The brainbuster spot was fantastic, but I think some of the hardest shots were when they were exchanging in the ring, as far as the fist and clothesline, the chops, and all that. But that brainbuster spot came out of nowhere. That definitely got the people up off their hands. You know what I mean? To cheer, and then even did you see the freaking the Sami Zayn's kick? What's it called?
Hoover kick?
Haluva kick. But Gunther delivered a Haluva kick in the corner before Sami did, and he fucking rocked Sami. I don't know if you've seen it, but on my second, I was like, God. That's what I'm saying. It was a great match. It was stiff. The chest was red. They were bruised up. Fantastic match. I can't say more about it. Sami Zayn picking up the win here. Kind of especially won me over on my second watch through. The first time I was like, oh, I was going through with a one like I predicted, but the second I was like, oh yeah, he deserves it. I
Honestly,
just want to see where we go from here.
what else can you expect from a Gunther match at this point? It's gonna be hard hitting. There's gonna be a lot of stiff shots.
No,
So
yeah, no, for sure, for sure. No, no, not saying.
I'm not
saying
saying
like,
you're wrong.
yeah, I'm just
I'm
saying
agreeing.
he does that in every match, but I'm talking about in this match in particular. Like you, when you go back and watch it again, like you'll notice differences from the first time you watch it like live, and then you watch it in the second. Like to me, it just was, if not the best match of night one, one B. I can't put the main event above it that much. I think this was damn near pretty good. They were neck and neck to me.
Don't get it lost. What also made this match great is this is a thing with Sami Zayn's career. Sami Zayn, he kind of remind me of Shawn Michaels in this aspect, with his ability to tell stories based on his emotions in the ring and his actions in the ring. Like him just pounding on the mat, getting the crowd involved. Him just doing like he did last year with the Haluva kicks. He did the same type of deal in this matchup. The Haluva kick, I think he hit it like 3 times. Each time he did it, he got the crowd up. Second time, same result. Then you get the third one, finishes Gunther, pins him, becomes the new Intercontinental Championship. Sami Zayn's ability to tell stories in the ring is far and few between. Kind of remind me of Shawn Michaels in that aspect. Great matchup between the two. I just thought Gunther would retain the championship because I don't know where he would go after the three into the World Heavyweight Championship scene. I had to tune into Monday Night Raw to find that out, but great match between these two. And Monday Night Raw should be kicking off in the next 20 minutes from now. So this video will go up sometime within Monday Night Raw. So we'll see what happens, what Triple H cooks up. So let's get to the main event. The Bloodline, The Rock, and the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, taking on Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins. This was an outstanding match. Up to the watching it live, this was the match that got that crowd going. Like Sami Zayn ignited it, but Rock and Roman
I think this is what everybody was waiting on.
Was just
this was the match everybody was waiting on.
Which the crowd was in it. The crowd was booing Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. They was cheering for Rock heavy. And I will say, Roman Reigns was in the gym working his ass off. He was disciplined, had a strict diet. Because this is the first time you ever seen Roman Reigns with like a 6-pack. Ever. And he's a little bulkier. So, and I know he trained with The Rock. I think The Rock said it on the Tonight Show that Roman was training with him. So, The Rock influence was heavy. You can tell by Roman's physique that The Rock influence is heavy. But great match, man. This is another tale of less is more. You don't have to go out and do super crazy stuff in the matches to tell a good story. Rock held his own, and the Rock showed people that he can still go. He still got it. You know what I'm saying? The announce table bump, the Rock bottom Cody gave Rock toward the end of the match. Fantastic. They brawled to the outside, into the crowd. It was very Rock playing the hits and stuff like that, which I love to see. Roman did his thing. I know you said something about you had told me about Rock sitting on the side 10 minutes or something while Roman was getting handled by Seth.
I mean, The Rock had to catch him pretty good.
But I mean, it was needed.
The Rock's 50 years old.
Yeah, it was needed though. It was needed.
I'm just joking. I mean, it kind of gave off elements of the match Stone Cold had with Kevin Owens 2 years ago. I'm brawling in the crowd, the announced bump, Stone Cold's greatest hits, just like fantastic stuff from our childhood. You know, The Rock was one of the guys we watched growing up, and then with a little mix of the modern stuff with Cody Rhodes and Seth and Roman Reigns. Fantastic main event. We knew it was going to be pretty good.
Take your head off The Rock though. That him
for sure.
Like, him going out there just receiving the Rock bottom through the announce table. Him taking that fucking Cody cutter. Like Rock went out there for his age and he did his thing, man. And most of that stuff was warranted because Rock is up in age.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So like some of those moments when Rock was on the outside, he came in when needed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you know they worked that stuff out. I mean, props to our tribal chief. Our tribal chief was in there bumping his ass off and getting beat up for the majority of the match, which he had to. And they still found a way to come out with the win via The Rock pinning Cody Rhodes with the Bloodline People's Elbow. And we get to advance to WrestleMania Sunday with Bloodline Rules, which is they never tell you what Bloodline Rules is, but basically it's an Extreme Rules match. Basically, it's funny though, but yeah, all in all, fantastic match. We were stoked to see The Rock in there.
Matches
great
from night one. You really gotta watch this match. Gunther and Sammy, Rhea and Becky, Ray and Dom, Ray and Andrade versus Dom and Santos. The tag ladder match is pretty cool. Most of the matches on night one are pretty cool, man.
Just say watch the whole thing over.
Just don't let anybody's opinion sway you one way or not watching it. But
sometimes things get better on the second watch.
So
in my opinion,
we'll go to night two. Start night two. Obviously, Seth freaking Rollins defending his championship, his World Heavyweight Championship against Drew McIntyre. This match,
I thought it was good.
Their interest was cool. I thought we were gonna get Broken Dreams, but I figured since we got that Clash at the Castle, we weren't gonna get it here, so I wasn't really looking forward to it as much. I was like kind of like 70-30 when it came to that. Drew had the people from what is it, like the Philadelphia some Philadelphia group playing
I don't know.
the
I didn't
windpipes.
see it actually.
I don't know who it is specifically, but had them in his entrance. He came back out with the trench coat. We haven't seen him rock the trench coat in a very, very long time since he first turned babyface with Dolph Ziggler. So I thought that was a pretty cool thing for him to come out as. Put on. Um, Seth Rollins came out with is this like some parade they do in Philadelphia or a holiday or something like that. Michael Cole mentioned it on commentary, but CM Punk just CM Punk on commentary
I think it's New Year's or something.
just obliterated Seth Rollins. Calling him a goof. What Rock been calling him this entire time a goof. And what I've been calling him this entire time a goof.
Just stick to reviewing the show. Quit dogging Seth Rollins out. Seth Rollins earned to wear those outfits. He's been an Iron Man. He's been through a lot. He's put on great performances. Quit dogging the man about his damn outfit. Just review the damn match for what it was, okay?
I'm talking about CM Punk.
Yeah, whatever. CM Punk.
That's what CM Punk did. What you mean?
I mean, that's what he did. But yeah, come on. CM Punk's a damn clown.
Seth Rollins and his elaborate attire. Is that better? Is that politically better for you?
Flamboyant. You know?
All right. Since you saw it's in your bag about Seth Rollins' attire.
Calling him a damn clown face.
I'm gonna buy you a motherfucking clown face next time, and you can wear it during.
I mean, I'm gonna wear it.
Goofball.
I'm gonna wear it.
But this matchup was. I would say this matchup had to be at least like 15, maybe 20 minutes.
Probably 20, 25.
The story was Seth Rollins doing it here, battered and broken, his back, his knee, all from the previous night. He really wasn't gonna get as much offense in. You know, Drew McIntyre was the fresher of the two. And Drew McIntyre was going in there for the kill. He went, soon the bell run, instantly went for a Claymore. Tried to do like a reminiscence of Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan WrestleMania 28, 15, 18 second finish or whatever, but Seth kicked out. And that was pretty much like the majority of the match, really. They was just trading for real finishing moves for the most part. But the story was Seth Rollins was broken and battered. He wasn't 100%, and Drew McIntyre was. And Drew McIntyre ended up hitting him with a Claymore. He probably hit him with like 12 Claymores, but to be honest. Hit him with the final Claymore in the ring and got the 1, 2, 3 and celebrated and finally got his moment in front of live fans. Winning the championship and celebrating. He even went out to his wife, presented her with the championship. And you brought up a cool thing because you were scrolling Twitter not the entire time, but the majority through the show. You was checking in on updates and stuff. And one moment during the match, Drew McIntyre picked up the phone and he tweeted something. He tweeted like F word board or something like that, right? LOL or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then once he won the championship, he went out there to gloat in CM Punk's face. And CM Punk just he was fed up. He had enough. He attacked Drew McIntyre, beat him up, and then that's when we hear the Judgment Days music hit, and Damian Priest runs to the ring with the briefcase, comes around, hits Drew with the briefcase, and cashes in his briefcase and hits the choke slam, the Fall from Heaven choke slam on Drew McIntyre, picks up the win, and it is the new World Heavyweight Champion. The story crafted here in this whole feud, triangle, whatever you want to call it, was everybody was focused on everything besides the World Heavyweight Championship. Drew McIntyre was focused on CM Punk. Seth Rollins was focused on the Bloodline. And that came back to bite everybody in their ass at the end of the night. Because the only person that was really focused on the World Heavyweight Championship was Damian Priest. As we've seen, he came out there, capitalized on this moment, got the championship, and he's now the new World Heavyweight Champion. I can see a few directions they can head. Maybe Backlash, we can get triple threat match. Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, and France at Backlash, which I think would be a pretty good match. I don't see Damian Priest holding the championship for very long. He can probably hold it up until like sometime after Money in the Bank. I can see him losing it by Money in the Bank or after Crown Jewel, around that range. But yeah, all in all, a good match, good outcome. Seth Rollins loses the championship, had a good face-to-face moment with Drew McIntyre telling him he earned it and he deserved it. Drew McIntyre getting his moment, and then Damian Priest coming back and getting his moment. So overall, a good matchup and a good segment afterwards. You got anything to add? All right. This is a good match to start out night too. Short but very good match. Good in terms of storytelling. Next matchup we had is the six-man Philadelphia street fight with Bobby Lashley, the Street Profits, taking on the Final Testament, Karrion Kross, and AOP. And we have a lot of ECW influence here. We had Bubba Ray Dudley coming out being a special guest referee for this matchup. Matchup was what it was. What you see from a normal street fight match. Starler got involved. B-Fab got involved. A lot of steel chair shots from Bobby Lashley to Karrion Kross. I guess the highlight of the night, which you will probably hear a lot of people talking about, is the table spot. When they went to put Karrion Kross on the table broke. So you'll probably see it on Botchamania sometime soon. But they picked it up real quick and they got back. They got another table from outside the ring, and they put it back in. Then they ended up putting Karrion Kross through the table. Snoop Dogg was on commentary for this matchup, and I enjoy Snoop Dogg. I enjoyed him way more than I enjoyed Pat McAfee. I love Pat McAfee, but sometimes Pat McAfee can be a little bit too fucking much. Snoop Dogg here was just a little bit of breath of fresh air here. But Street Profits and Bobby Lashley pick up the win. And hopefully this is the end of this feud with the Final Testament. You guys were hoping that the Final Testament wins so they can do something with Karrion Kross. Hopefully with this draft coming up, we can see where Triple H takes him. So we know Karrion Kross is a Triple H guy. Hopefully Triple H gives him a new change of scenery and puts him on Raw. And he can have a feud for that World Heavyweight Championship. Be in that scene, because Karrion Kross, we know from NXT run, is talented with the right things behind him. So, Street Profits and Bobby Lashley won this matchup. You got anything?
I mean, I don't feel like it was much of a street fight. I mean, really, more like a brawl with two table spots. At least I think, and then a call back to the Dudleys. It was okay. If I just looking at night two, I had to say this was probably the match I liked the least. I would say, in my opinion. But I was pulling for Karrion Kross. But Lashley, they have been getting their ass handed to them by the Final Testament. So for them to come out and get the win on WrestleMania, I think it was much needed. I don't think this is the last match between them. We may get another match, 6-man match here at some point. It's got to be better than this, though. But again, they need more time. So we'll see. But it was okay. Okay match.
All right. Next matchup we had was LA Knight versus AJ Styles. And you got Slim Jims at home?
Nah, I might need to call LA Knight to go get me some.
Yeah, you and me both. This was the Slim Jim advertisement matchup. Being that LA Knight is the representative of Slim Jims.
Props to him though. Go get that bag. Shit, why not?
Oh, no doubt.
Get that bag.
No doubt.
Shit. Breakout star of the year. Go get that money.
Yeah. This matchup was a pretty good match. No weapons needed. Just a pretty good match overall. But I expect nothing different from an AJ Styles matchup anyway. I would say this is AJ Styles' best WrestleMania match. Maybe since his matchup with Shane, to be honest. LA Knight and AJ Styles, they try to beef up this feud with them fighting at the fan access joint. I didn't see that. I didn't see it until they start showing the promo package before this match started, which I thought was a pretty cool touch. AJ Styles debuted a new theme song. Don't know how I really feel about it because you really couldn't get the opportunity to hear it as much. He came out there, song played for probably like 10-15 seconds, and he ran to the ring, and then we just got the brawl going on. LA Knight picked up the win here. I went with AJ Styles because I thought, okay, they're showcasing the evil ways AJ Styles from NXT. Not NXT, but Impact, TNA, and She had the same mannerisms. I'm like, okay, maybe this is a new way to usher things in for AJ Styles. And I feel like he needed to win more than LA Knight at this point because I think LA Knight was going to be he's going to be cool regardless. And I thought this was going to be the first of many matches between the two. But now that I've seen the outcome, I think AJ Styles is just there at this point in time to put the other guys over. So he did that here with LA Knight. And now hopefully LA Knight, we get him at SummerSlam against Logan Paul and that U.S. Championship. And I think he should take that U.S. Championship off of Logan Paul at SummerSlam. That would just be me personally. What you got?
I thought it was a good match. I was pulling for AJ too. I mean, but you can't really go wrong here. I just felt like AJ Styles debuting a new character. He needed to win. But, I mean, LA Knight has been, I ain't going to say losing, but ever since Crown Jewel, I mean, he needed to pick up the momentum back. So, I guess for him to get the win, it was a good way for him to get the momentum back. So, I mean, all in all, it wasn't either a bad pick either way, I think.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to transition right into the U.S. Championship matchup. Logan Paul defending his U.S. Championship against Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Logan Paul came out there with a prime truck. Similar to the way he came out there last year, minus using the grappling hook. Came out on the truck. Kevin Owens came out there very ECW heavy influence. His gear had the ECW colors, the purple and the pink ECW colors. He drove out there to combat Logan Paul showing up with a truck. He showed up with like a mini golf cart in a sense. And he drove down to the ramp, and then Randy Orton came out there, but Kevin Owens backed the cart up, and he drove him and Randy down there to the ring together, which I thought was pretty cool. Randy Orton was telling him to slow down. Kevin Owens was going a little too damn fast. Randy Orton told him to slow down. I thought this was a great match. This is one of the best matches on the WrestleMania card altogether. You have guys like Randy Orton and Kevin Owens in there. Logan Paul getting experience from both. I don't personally care for the guy, but you can't deny him being able to go in there and catch on to things as quickly as he has. Even if the matches are rehearsed or whatever, he's doing pretty good for the small amount of time he's there, which is not a surprise. I hear a lot of people praising him, but it's no surprise if you got the best trainers out there. Like you been able to be trained by one of the greatest in Shawn Michaels and stuff like that, and being able to rehearse matches. So I expect nothing differently. You know what I mean? When he's in these matches, that's not taking away from his talent, but I don't expect him not to have great matches. You know what I'm saying? If it's rehearsed and you've been trained by some of the best people to ever be a pro wrestler. But this match was awesome. This match was awesome. Like, this was probably top 2 match on night 2 for me. Had a lot of things introduced, but what did you like about the match?
Kevin Owens saving Logan Paul off the fisherman suplex off the top rope. That was almost deadly, but Kevin Owens kind of salvaged that. The interaction with Randy Orton and I Show Speed being revealed as the prime mascot this year as opposed to KSI, and he does his whole little thing of barking, and then Randy Orton kicks the dog crap out of him, literally.
I'm not familiar with the guy as much, but I guess that's his whole shtick is barking like a dog. He was doing that towards Orton, and Orton gave his ass a receipt. That shit was funny. But go ahead.
Orton put him up on the table and gave him an RKO. Showing him that WWE ain't. It may be scripted, but it ain't. It's a little. It's physical.
Oh yeah.
But I wanted Randy Orton to go over here, but Logan Paul going over here is not a bad idea because I think we are getting SummerSlam in Cleveland, Ohio, which is where he's from. So it seems like he'll have a marquee match on that card, and him going into that show as the U.S. champ. Maybe we might get an LA Knight Logan Paul match there. Who knows?
Yeah. I enjoyed this match, man. There's a lot of fun shit in this match. But Logan Paul retains. the U.S. Championship, and he's going to carry it into SummerSlam. Next matchup we got is the WWE Women's Championship match with Io Sky defending her championship against Bayley.
I'll say this match was better than that triple threat match, though, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily better. I'll say it's probably the better of the two women's matches for sure.
I mean, yeah, between Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch?
Yeah,
Yeah, probably, but I mean, in my opinion, I think this match was better than the match before for it to be a women's match and the spot it was in. I mean, it was in between two men's matches. You had three people in the U.S. title match. Then you had the main event. It was kind of a depth spot, but they worked their ass off in this match, and
oh yeah, no doubt.
I'd say it was better than the U.S. title match in my opinion.
Okay. Okay.
I mean,
Well,
I love the counter from EO from the Rose plant. You know,
yeah.
that was pretty nice.
Oh yeah.
Um, I mean, Bailey picking up the win was much needed. She got her just due um, in kind of a main event spot. Just basically one-on-one match at WrestleMania. She hasn't had one. Um, Picking up the win here and getting the
Yeah.
title. So
Bailey got the win here, which was predictable, but it's not a bad thing. Few good spots was the belly to belly from the when EO jumped onto the barricade outside and Bailey caught her with the belly to belly. That was pretty cool. EO's counter from the Rose plant into like a front flip and then jumping on the turnbuckles. That shit was pretty cool. Um, One thing I will say though, Bailey needs a new finisher because that Rose plant finisher is not. It's not a good. It's not good, man. It's for her to beat EO the way she did was cool, but the way she delivered that last Rose plant just was like it to me, like watching it, it didn't seem like that was enough to give her that win. You know what I mean? Like it didn't seem like it had that much effect on EO when she delivered it to her at the end to pick up the win. So I either go back to the Bailey to Bailey to pick up to as your finish or come up with something different. If that was like only critique I had with the match was that. Y'all give me some while to get used to Bailey's new theme song. I thought she was gonna go with the inflatable buddies at first, but it'll give me some time to get adjusted to our new theme song. But this was a great match, man. Great match. Bailey did change their finisher, but outside of that, great match. And we get to our main event. Roman Reigns defending his undisputed Universal Heavyweight Championship against Cody Rhodes. And I can say, these entrances that Cody Rhodes and Roman had were cool. Cody rising up from the ground. He has some I won't call it gladiator music, but it's in the realm of the gladiator music. I thought the entrance was pretty cool. He was brought up from underneath the stage. Brandy was with him, like how they used to have it in AEW or on the Indies when Cody left WWE. So that was pretty cool. Roman had like a whole orchestra play his whole theme as he was making his entrance, which was awesome as well. And this match was just a love letter to pro wrestling, man. That's just pretty much what this match was. You had a little bit of overbooking, which is fine. It's always good when you have the amount of star power in this type of matchup when it's overbooking. And a lot of stories within stories in this matchup. You know what I mean? We had appearances from Solo Sikoa, Jimmy Uso, Jay Uso, John Cena, the final boss, The Rock. Everybody was anticipating a certain person who's familiar with The Rock, like who's like super familiar with The Rock, who like maybe like headlined a couple of WrestleManias with The Rock like consecutively. Somebody with that,
it should have been Stone Cold.
yeah, yeah,
Honestly, I mean everything was. I'm disappointed that the deal didn't get made. But right, I mean I'm picturing right now is Austin and Rock, exchange. No, Jim Ross. They used to exchange blows. That's what I'm picturing that was supposed to happen last night. Undertaker, yes, I loved Undertaker. Undertaker was a good substitute. Me personally, I wanted Stone Cold Steve Austin because I feel like Stone Cold and The Rock go hand in hand. You know what I mean? Like Undertaker and Kane or Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. You know what I'm saying? I would prefer Stone Cold because I'm a Steve Austin guy. I grew up watching Steve Austin. He was one of the reasons why I watched. I mean, we both watched wrestling. You know, I think it would have just been made for a better visual. But what we got was great. Old school wrestling. Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes have tremendous chemistry. Um, Roman Reigns is, if not, one. I mean, he's not the greatest, but one of the greats in my opinion. This run should solidify that. As much as people dogged him for not showing up a lot, not defending the title as much as the longer his reign got, but the guy literally battles leukemia every day of his life, and he comes out for 4 straight years and puts on bangers and bangers at pretty much every match he has. Every match he had in the title run was a big match. It had a big fight feel. He just bring that energy, um, and he did what he set out to do. He made Jey Uso into a bigger star. He made the Usos into bigger stars. He made Sami Zayn into a bigger star. He made Kevin Owens into a bigger star. Solo Sikoa's on his way there too. He made Cody. He elevated Cody Rhodes in defeat. WrestleMania 39 elevated him. He he lost to him last night. I mean, ain't much else you can do. So just give him Reigns his flowers while we're here. While he's here, still doing what he done. Um, and let's see where his story goes from here. We have to get the inevitable match between him and The Rock at some point. So let's just see where it goes.
Yeah,
The greatest moment, Cody Rhodes finally finishing his story and handing his mother the WWE Championship, the title his father had for one day but was stripped. Um, Fantastic moment for Cody Rhodes. Everybody coming out praising him like Lex Luger back in I think what 94. Um, so yeah, I mean all in all, great WrestleMania, great main event. Let's see where it goes from here. I mean Cody Rhodes is the champion. He's the new face of the company. The new era starts tonight in approximately 2 minutes. So I'm happy.
yeah. Uh, After the match, it's fan footage of Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman embracing on the stage as Cody is celebrating. And Roman delivered quality, man. I said that during the predictions, quality over quantity. Just a lot of stories within stories in this matchup. And during the press conference, Triple H did say Roman is he got more stories to come. So, like I told y'all a few weeks back when Cody and Roman had their face to face, and Roman said he's always going to be the guy. I believe him because he don't need the championship to be the guy. Trust me, he's always going to be in the main events as long as he's there because he's just that top tier of a talent. So this won't be the last we see Roman Reigns. His story is just into another chapter now. But we'll see what Cody does with the championship now. I believe he can live up to it, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
That this whole story, whatever, is the definition of cinema in professional wrestling. Um, Something that AEW can never do. I mean, I watch AEW. You watch AEW too, but WWE doesn't have to put on the 5-star classic all the time, the best matches. But everybody, I mean, I feel like at least 60, 70% of the world know who the tribal chief is. You don't have to be a wrestling fan to know who the tribal chief is. Just let that sink in because wrestling was frowned upon for so long, and now it's the hot new thing. And part two, Roman Reigns doing what he's doing, and Cody Rhodes becoming the new face of WWE. So I'm excited for the new year, the new season, as we call it, as wrestling fans, because WrestleMania starts. It's like our NBA Finals or our Super Bowl. Now it's day one on to the next one. Let's see who's gonna be that new team to rise up to get to the Super Bowl. So
All right, well, that'll do it for WrestleMania. I think I calculated. I think my overall record predictions was like 10
oh
and 10,
god,
like 10 and a half, and
here you
like two
go.
or something. It was on top. You feel me? But yeah, man, WrestleMania was great. Stories upon stories, fantastic. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe down below. This will be uploaded while Raw is on, so y'all enjoy Monday Night Raw. And we're gonna see what happens this week. Very excited. But y'all take it easy. We out, man.